Right guys, Mark Crossfield here with Coach Lockey.
Hello.
Welcome to the Golf Swing Weekly Fix, Coach.
Thank you.
Every Tuesday night.
8:30.
Yes, please, with the lovely people from Golf WRX.
Yeah.
As it says, look, down there, look. See?
On my ball bag.
Oops, pardon. So we're going to talk about golf grip.
We are.
Understanding golf grip.
It's quite a good one for me. I've just changed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had reasons why, which is why I've brought you in.
Thanks.
You see? Let's get stuck in. Right, Coach, the reason this video is called Understanding Your Golf Grip is that so many people think there's a right golf grip.
Yep.
Now, if I was teaching a raw beginner, never hit the ball before, there would be some ideas that I would use.
Yeah, there'd be some basics, wouldn't there?
So there would be some ideas of getting the club through that part of the palm, not through the middle, which is something I see a lot, which causes issues down the line.
Yep.
But I've seen also 6-7 handicappers play very well with the club up there. So
yep.
If that 6 or 7 handicapper came for a lesson, I would get them to understand their grip.
Mm-hmm.
So they might say, I'm not in it far enough.
Jordan Spieth's pretty good with it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure how high it is through his palm though, but he is
a lot like that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I would say with lots of the students that I teach, when they get it high through their palm, they're not the strongest hitters. So for distance wise, so they come saying, I want to hit it further.
Yeah.
Well, we need to understand your grip. Where if you're a raw beginner, like I say, you might start in a position that gives them more options of hitting it soft or hard.
Yeah.
And then there would be certain ideas around knuckles. How many knuckles do you like to see for your students? Raw beginner?
2.
2, yes.
1.5, 2.
You see, I'm 2 to 3.
Okay.
Well, because the face is often more open to a path for students, I like to see a little bit more twist. Not that that stops a face being open.
Depends who comes in as well as a beginner.
I totally agree.
Sporty. They tend to understand how they're going to get the most out of it and just go to it naturally. So it depends who comes in as well.
So again, it's understanding your grip, isn't it? Which I think that's a great point. I've got some students, I'm in like teaching mode and we're just 3 knuckles, and then I think, oh, what? This person's really struggling to get that.
Yeah.
Let's stay with 2.
Yeah.
Like, why am I pushing for 3? I'm pushing for 3 because I'm in teaching mode. I'm not. I've got to make sure I'm always teaching. Coach the student, man.
Yeah.
Coach
the player.
Coach the player. And then right hand, I like to see it go more diagonally through the fingers.
Yep.
I'm more of an interlocker than an overlapper, but I'm not fussed.
Whatever's comfortable for me, that.
And I've got no issues with 10 fingers.
No.
Have you?
No, I don't.
Do you have issues with that?
No, 10 fingers, no, not at all.
I played with county players, scratch plus handicappers back in the day. 10 fingers. Who was the old Russell Clayton? Used to 3-finger overlap. Do you ever remember Russell Clayton?
No, I don't.
Quite a big golfer. He won I think he won or was very close to winning the Australian Masters as an amateur. So he was like a very up and coming. He was a 3-finger overlapper.
Someone will tell you.
Yeah, they will. They're posters out there on Russell Clayton. He's probably watching actually. He's probably teaching somewhere. So yeah, understanding your grip is so student specific, isn't it? So talk to me about your grip.
My grip. Because
you've changed your grip.
Yeah.
Now, have you changed your grip because you watched the video and someone said it was wrong, or why have you changed your grip?
It was more because of who we've been playing with recently, like Andy Sullivan, Westwood, Donald, like all those tour guys. Their ball flights were very neutral.
So we saw not much movement through the air. They had like drop-off shapes, didn't they?
Whereas mine's generally, I've changed my flight to more of a draw.
Yeah.
And it's more of a sling, if anything.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
And I just, like, when I get on a parkland course, tree lines each side, I tend to, can't see myself starting it far enough right, and then I'm all in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
Blocks, hooks and everything.
So what have you changed your grip from and to?
So
less knuckles, is it?
Yeah, less knuckles. It's more my left hand, and then my right just sits exactly the same as what it did before, but just more on top, but in relationship to my left.
So how many knuckles less are you seeing?
So I was probably a good 3 before I changed it, maybe 3.5 even, looking at it now.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling like it is more in my palm, but I'm like down to 1.5/2. It depends what club I've got in my hand as well.
So you're saying you've moved the position of your left hand twisty wise due to wanting to see a different consistent shape shot. So you want to see less shape as a consistent raw, and you're feeling like this is going to happen. I mean, the last time we played, we saw it. There was certainly less movement, wasn't there? Go on, show us, hit one for us, show us the new grip. How long did it take? How weird was it to change?
Not that weird.
So do you think you've practiced it before?
Like as you get better and we're able to change things from shot to shot anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think that a grip change yet feels funny. It's the only thing that's touching the club, but after half an hour's practice it didn't feel that weird.
No.
I went on the range and hit 50 shots.
It did feel weird when you went, I mean, with Kingswood was the first video we played where you changed your grip and you didn't finish that many holes.
Yeah.
Very narrow course.
Yeah.
So it felt weird in situation though, as in it probably didn't feel weird on the hands, but you just didn't know what was going to be delivered, I guess.
didn't know where the ball was kind of going to start.
Yeah.
And
So where do you aim?
Yeah, so that was kind of tricky, but
so again, that's more your time you put towards practicing.
I need to get on the course a bit more and play a few more holes and start understanding where my ball's starting and how much curve it's got. So
show me. Yeah, I agree with that. So it was an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that grip for you is, I'm seeing 2.
Yeah, that feels like nice now.
Yeah.
Compared to what it did the first
So it would feel like harder for you to hit a big draw from there.
Yeah, and I feel like I can, because of my other thing that I was working on, like the Lockey flick and getting rid of my angles, I just feel like I can do it as much as I want now.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to sling anymore, it's not that much of a problem.
Yeah, it's nice and straight, but yeah, I mean, it's
still straight,
no curvature on that. So that's great. If I just jump in there, Matt, sorry, thank you. So you're using your grip as a confidence-based and curvature-based thing, trying to take out like a bad shot.
Yeah.
So if you've got someone who comes to you who uses, say, a one-knuckle grip, and they're playing okay.
Yeah.
You know, they're hitting some decent shots, but they maybe want, they want less spin with their driver, or a random comment that doesn't relate to their grip. Would you think of that grip of is wrong, or would you just look at their kind of ability to hit target first?
That one you said last.
Yeah.
Hitting target.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously comfortable holding it like that. That's what I always think with a grip, that people are obviously holding it that because that's the way they like to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe changing the grip will help. It's that trial and error thing.
Absolutely. So you won't say, right, we're going to change the grip because you have to do this.
And then all of a sudden they're hitting it left, right, top, shank, and it's like, oh, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean,
go back to what you're comfortable with and maybe work in a different route.
Absolutely. I would distinctly remember as a young coach starting, you're taught to go grip, aim, posture, all this stuff. And I remember working with students and their grip was great, posture was great, and they would still hit it like a dog. And you just think, I'm doing everything that they're... So it didn't take me long to start thinking differently.
Completely flip it.
Yeah, I mean, I do see lots of coaches still, unfortunately, working that way. And like people come for lessons saying, well, my grip's perfect now. And but your grip's perfect at what point? Because if you're delivering here or here or here, then where you started might not have any relevance to that, or it might in a way that you haven't thought about before, because again it's working from that delivery back, which is why I think it's important people understand their grip. Easiest way to understand grip is to play with it. So if I was to hit a shot, I do it with students and I use their grip. So let's say I've got someone who's seeing all 4 knuckles, right hand underneath, and they struggle with low shots that tend to curve to the left. I can still hit target like that. I just won't aim straight like they aim.
Exactly.
So I'll be aiming down the right, low curving it back into target. So I understand what their grip will do for me. Next student walks in, same grip, and they're hitting
high fades
or big cuts. So their faces were turning left of target. They don't want it to stay there, so they're moving their path further left in the face. The 2 students have got the same grip, but they're interpreting how to use the face very, very differently.
Some people, like, I tend to want to see, like, if someone's got a weak grip, I tend to want to see a little fade, or if someone's got a strong grip, I want to see a little draw. But
see, I agree with that, because if they got a strong grip and they're fading it, unless they're really skilled, like your kind of Asingers, I always think I would never work that out that way. Like, how have you got there? Unless they are, I can hit it that way. I can strong grip fade it, and it does make a bit of sense, but I find it the hardest way, and often that's your 28 handicapper or your new golfer who's worked out that way. Don't you think?
100%.
Which again is why it's so important. Also, I get the person using the strong grip and they use this angle to try and fix it, which is so common. I hate that one.
Strike goes, everything, it's just tough.
Well, you give them a driver, they're often cricketers, strong. they're using lie to kind of compensate for face twists through grip. You think, right, I know what's going to happen with their driver. They're going to do it over the range and be proud. But then they're going to hit one over the range that way. I want to say there's nothing proud about hitting over the range, mate. That's not a good thing in any way. You know, I could play golf like this, you know, every time, and I get one good shot. Look how far that one's gone. But then the next one I'm topping, and that's it's understanding the grip to the student. Best way again for you guys to practice, and girls, get practicing some different holds. Go more knuckles, go less knuckles, right hand more on top, right hand underneath. The other big one, and you said it earlier, you get a student to change their grip. I had a 9 handicapper, Simon Berry, who played he was in one of these shows actually, it was a live lesson. And we changed his grip at the start, and it was, you know, all the normal, this feels awful, this is so hard, that's uncomfortable. I kind of threw his concentration off into maybe another swing 4. 20 minutes later, how's that grip feel? Yeah, I don't feel it anymore. But the grimacing when you first changed it was like, not Simon, everyone does it, or lots of people do it. It's like you're cutting their hands off.
It's the end of the world stuff,
like you're saying, can you hit it like with one hand? Where for you, it's interesting to hear you saying, I've moved it and it didn't really take that long. Well, because Matt's grown up practicing different holds and playing around with it a lot more with it, which is a current theme with our show. So let's get that grip. Understand it a bit more for yourself. If you're struggling with a straight curvature, maybe play with some variations, and play with some variations with a coach who can measure you. When I grip it like this, I get this repeated shot. Oh, we can work with that. When I grip it like this, it gets a bit lower, doesn't translate onto my 3-iron as well because I haven't got enough loft now. So it's working it in with your coach. Just say that again.
Get a rinky dink.
Get a rinky dink. Yeah, well that's it. Understand your grip for you. Try not to get too bogged down in this correct grip. I've had loads of students where a correct grip just doesn't work for them because they keep controlling the face open to a pass. So I actually put a bit more twist in and it's fixed. Done.
See you later.
Yeah, absolutely. Post comments down below. Which grip do you use and why? Do you understand your grip at all? Or are you someone just like trying to get it exactly right? That, well, I mean, I've coached for over 20 years. Matt's coached for a long time now as well. I don't know what the right grip is really.
No.
Not seen it yet. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.